Good afternoon, my faithful listeners, and thank you for tuning in to the Post-Apocalyptic News Radio, your only source for the latest goings-on in the little corner of the post-apocalyptic wasteland we call home. Today is Tuesday, the 24th of June, and we're live at the bottom of the hour with more of the latest. In today's broadcast, we must discuss the weather, but more importantly, we should discuss interesting developments regarding our current situation with the MCR. And while this may dominate our broadcast, time permitting, I should also like to discuss an interesting radio signal we've recently picked up. Of course, to begin our contractually obligated weather segment, though I will be quick as we've a much bigger story to cover. It's still raining, and will be throughout the week. Temperatures will range from 23 degrees Celsius to 27. Relative humidity sits at 10%. Moderate winds are expected until tomorrow. Use caution near the mountainous regions and hills of our wasteland, as we've an increased risk for mudslides. That's the weather. Moving on to our top story of the day. It's time for our daily siege report. The MCR invaded and took control of our wasteland not long ago, but the studio's defense is held. Now, a bitter standoff between your home for music and news and a society of brutes. As you're well aware, before the invasion, the AMM and NSD were engaged in military conflict across our wasteland. Their ranks worn from their battles were slaughtered by the fresh forces of the MCR. With the two military forces of our wasteland destroyed, the MCR has held our wasteland without contention. However, as it turns out, the AMM, NSD, and even WM, who were equally hunted by the MCR, have not entirely been eliminated. The remnants of these factions have come together to engage the MCR with tactics most unconventional. No marching bands of men and women will you see, no fortified towers or bases, no installations in any settlement. Rather, they act as a kind of guerrilla army, remaining hidden, relying on traps, deception, and the people of our wasteland. These three former powerhouses of our world, the militia, the law, and reformed bandits, fighting as a unified resistance against the occupying force. This coalition has named themselves CFR, an abbreviation that we don't know the definition of. This information comes from an anonymous source from among their ranks, and verified through means best left undefined over the air. The CFR is requesting aid from all those capable of doing so. You may wonder how, and unfortunately that is not something I can answer here. But if you wait and watch, you may yet find an answer. And unfortunately, I think that's all of the time I have. Gaius is trying to break down the door to the recording room, and I fear he's none too happy with me. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, I wish you all the very best. And, if you're truly out there, good luck.